I'm Dave Wicks. I'm from Australia. I'm 28 years old and I've been travelling for 8 months now. I started off in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and then I travelled south to Patagonia, to Ushuaia, and from there I've been travelling up through Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Colombia, and then I flew to Mexico for New Year's and I've been travelling south through Central America for the last 2 months. Normally I travel by bus, but like I said, from Colombia to Playa del Carmen I flew. It's just easier and faster if you've got to make somewhere in a short amount of time. The buses generally in South America are pretty comfortable, and there's never been any dramas, no security issues or anything like that. The chicken buses are obviously a little bit slower and a little bit dirtier, and it's nice actually, it's good to get amongst the people. Generally I stay in hostels. Stayed in a couple of hotels, but it's nice to have the hostel vibe and to be hanging out with other travellers that are maybe travelling by your budget, travelling in the same direction as you. Generally you end up meeting up with people that you've met in whatever other country. You meet them 2 or 3 months later. Yeah, it's nice. It's especially in a hostel like we are now. It's a good communal atmosphere. There's always communal dinners and people that want to eat or hang out or practice yoga or train. It's always easy to meet those kind of people. There's a higher concentration of those people, I think, in these kind of hostels. I travel because I was forced into travelling, actually. I was in the Navy for the last 11 years. I spent quite a bit of time as a Navy diver in Australia and as an engineer. Did engineering for 6 of those years and then changed over to diving, during which time I broke my shoulder playing football. As you can see, my right shoulder's pretty busted up, and so the Navy discharged me for that reason. I wasn't prepared to do any other job inside the Navy, and it was possibly one of the best things that's ever happened to me, surprisingly. I have trouble sleeping and it causes me a lot of pain, but it still caused me a lot of joy as well. It's been nice to have that excuse, that reason, and also it's caused me to start practicing yoga in a much more thorough way, and so I've been able to practice and meet people that are maybe travelling for some other kind of life reason such as that, and it's been great. I've met some really amazing people. And it's always good to meet the locals as well. Through travelling I've reached probably the same conclusions that a lot of other travellers have, that you go through these ups and downs of travelling, and I think over the last 8 months I've had a lot of highs and a lot of lows, times when I've been, maybe haven't had somewhere to sleep and slept on a beach or play equipment, any place like that. But it's been very interesting, and obviously without those slight lows, some of the highs aren't quite as beautiful. So it's been generally a very good experience. It's been a good opportunity for me to be outside of cities and in places where no one else is speaking English, which is obviously good for my Spanish, but sometimes not so good for my psyche. And yeah, there's been some lonely times as well, but it's good to get to a place like this and hang out with the other travellers and get a bit reunited and connected again.